All right, welcome back to Toy Informer, where I'm going to give you my rundown of this week's news of some of the new toy announcements that we have, things coming our way for pre-order that might already be out, etc. Some announcements more for San Diego Comic-Con have come out this weekend, as it's only like a couple of weeks away. So we got a lot of fun toys to get into. So I'm not going to keep you much longer. Just make sure that you keep telling your friends so we can keep growing this small channel. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you hit that alert button so you don't miss anything. And like I said, if you can spread the word, I would appreciate it, as I'm trying to get this toy channel off the ground and up and running. I got another top 10 toys coming your way later this week. But for now, let's get into the news right after the intro. All right. All right, let's see what we have new this week in the world of toys, as we have the toy alert for July 8th, 2024. All right, not going to waste any time. Let's see what we got here. Let's start off with a little bit of news out of Toy Arc. Target Geek Out Summer 2024 is rolling on with week 4, and we got a few toys that are released this week for their summer event. Target's done this the last few years, where they kind of do this special releases throughout a time period, like right around the summer. So that's what we're doing here, and this is week 4, and we're going to get into the figures that they dropped this week, starting off with Shin Hati, if I'm saying her name correctly. You guys remember from the Ahsoka show. She was the apprentice to Balin. Pretty cool character, pretty cool figure here. Goes Star Wars Black Series. We're getting the plastic back, thankfully. No more of those, non-plastic. We can see the figure again inside the box, so I am happy to see that. We can check out the back of the box while we're at it. This isn't coming out until August of 2024, but it's come up for pre-sale this week, which is why we are talking about it now. Price is going to be about $24.99. And again, we'll take a look at the figure here and see some of the little soft goods we have with that little cloak. And you get, of course, the red lightsaber for her character. Pretty cool armor. Well done likeness. And, a lot of different poses that you can do with her figure as well. It's a Star Wars Black Series, so they are pretty well done and pretty well made. And, so that's another new one coming out. They are also adding in another Mandalorian figure here with She-Hulk. This was, I believe, like the leader of that, remember that little tribe in the show as well? Then, Mando had to go in and kind of help them out. Anyway, point being, another Mandalorian figure. Pretty cool accessories here. Yes, it's not Boba Fett. It's not Jango Fett. This is She-Hulk, also coming out on October 6th later this year. And again, get a different colorway with some of the Mandalorian armor. Pretty cool weapon there as well. And another $24.99 figure if you want to go and pre-order it now. They're up there. And you can see you can have him posed to fly, etc. Not bad. Got a little holster there for his little sidearm. I like those little touches that they add for these figures. And again, that rifle's not bad. So nice little figure there. Going to keep rolling on, as we also have the Venom figure from the movie. So Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yeah, that movie seems like it came out ages ago, as we got a new Venom with The Last Dance coming later this year. But we can finally get this figure in your hands if you want it. Different little accessories there coming with this Venom. It would have been nice if they could have gotten the logo onto him in the movies, but as you know, they don't have it yet, so you got to deal with all the veinage, etc. But on the back of the box, you got Venom and Carnage. Also kind of cool. Another $24.99 for these figures. That's become the standard for the 6-inch size toy these days. So got an extra head. You got one with the tongue out, one without. You got an extra hands where you can either have claws or you can have fists, and they have these little bit of extra Venom heads coming out of the back of him that you can add on as well. Pretty well posable. It's got a lot of points of articulation here, as you can see. You can do a lot of classic poses with your Venom, and it's not a bad looking figure for what it is. And it's also going to be a little bit on the larger side for the 6 inches, because Venom is kind of a taller type character, so it's going to be a little heavier. You get a little bit more plastic for your money, but not a bad looking figure if, again, you're our big movie Venom fan. So there you go. I particularly like this angle. I don't know, something cool about it to me. But also part of this Target Geek Out Summer news, there are a couple of Transformers also being released. In this 2-pack, you're getting Brawn and Ratchet together. So this comes from the movie. Transformers the movie. It is the, 40th anniversary or something like that. I think at this point, 45th, 35th, something like that. It's pretty old. I'm pretty old. I remember when this movie came out. But on the back of this, you can see you're getting two smaller figures. These are two smaller Transformers with Ratchet and Brawn, but still pretty fun little characters that you can get. This is a $60 set for what makes to be about 4.5-inch size figures. So they're not going to be that large. 4.5 is on the smaller side, but when you compare it to some of the larger ones like Prime and whatnot, they kind of fit as far as scale goes. They transform into a Jeep and an ambulance. Yeah, a little bit of battle damage there as well, but if you've seen the movie, you remember why. And they also have little extra little blasting touches that you can add to these guys as well. So $60, you get two of them. Still seems a little bit steep to me for the size of the figure, but that's what Transformers cost these days. So what are you going to do? Also announced this week, they are also giving us this more highly detailed and more expensive figure in this movie masterpiece Decepticon Brawl figure. Pretty cool tank. I mean, you look at it, it's pretty well done. Pretty well done tank. You can add on all these little extra blasting features as well, and it's coming with a whopping price of $165. So this thing ain't cheap. I'll tell you that. It's coming out July 21st, so it's only 2 weeks away before you're actually going to be able to get this thing. But they're showing it now. And it is a bit on the taller side compared to our little 4.5-inch figures. This is 10.5 inches tall. And like I said, you can see here a lot of points of articulation, a lot of bits to transform, a lot of add-ons, a lot of weapons and little flashes and explosions, etc. Pretty nice looking figure, but it does come with that hefty price tag. So just keep that in mind. And comes with a nifty box here as well. So Decepticon Brawl movie masterpiece series. I like these higher end ones, but I still wish there were bits of metal in there to give it some like weight and heft and feel more sturdy, like the old times. But I know we don't get the old times anymore. They got to do things that are more cost effective, and metal ain't that easy to come by and doesn't make sense to do in toys these days, I guess. So got to deal with the plastic. But what are you going to do? So that's all I got for the Target Geek Out of Summer for this week. Maybe we'll get more news for next week. I'll keep you posted and things that get announced. But for now, we've got some more San Diego Comic-Con news that I pulled out of Action Figure Insider to start, and then we got some more stuff out of Toy Arc. But Diamond is announcing a few more things. I mean, apart from a couple of comics, we're not going to focus on comics here. I have a whole other channel to focus on comics. If you want to go and check that out, go ahead. But this is all about the toys and the collectibles, so let's stick with that. And Diamond announced this little Wolverine figure. So you're getting a little like PVC, I don't want to say statue. It's like a PVC figure. Pretty cool looking Wolverine. The movie's coming, so you can expect that there's a lot of figures like this to be released at this time. So limited to 2,000. So you're going to be 2,000 of this available. You got Wolverine in the classic blue and yellow. Not too bad. Like I said, you got the little backdrop of the comic book panels. It's kind of cool, and it would look nice on a shelf. As far as size goes, you can see here compared to, it's 16 centimeters, so, it's not going to be that large. So it's not an overly large, statue, but nice little one. And a nice one to pair up with the Deadpool that they're releasing as well. So they're doing Wolverine, they're doing Deadpool. Surprise, surprise, right? Movie's coming out in a couple weeks. Shouldn't be surprised, but this one is also limited to 2,000 figures. Again, pretty cool. You got Deadpool with the explosion. He's got his katanas out, etc. You can see that backdrop behind him as well. He's kicking his foot out. Not a bad little sculpt. And again, would it be a nice little pair? I don't have the pricing on those two, but they will be available, like I said, San Diego and at your shops afterwards, because Diamond does make most of the things that they have at San Diego available at stores, available to LCSs afterwards. So maybe your shop can order this for you if you're interested in one. Go ahead and ask them. Additionally, they do the plushes. I mean, we talked about some of the plushes last time out. We are also getting a little plush for Jeff the Land Shark this time out. Little 8-inch. He's got his little scuba gear. Pretty fun. Comes in just in time for Shark Week that they come in with this announcement. This is also limited to 1,500 pieces. So Jeff the Land Shark is a fun little plushie that you can go and get for that smaller comic collector in your life. Or, hey, if you like plushies, go ahead, go for it. Buy for yourself, I guess. If you need a cuddle buddy at night, you could do worse than this. With that said, we also got a nice little angle here. You can see he's got a little inner tube with his little X's all over it. It's pretty cool. And like I said, not a bad little plush for Jeff the Land Shark. It's always fun when they have those more minor characters get a little bit of treatment and a little bit of a a little bit more exposure by branching out and making plushes and toys and figures, etc. So it's not just the big names like the Wolverines and the Deadpools. I don't know. I think it's fun at least. With that said, we've got some more news coming out of San Diego with this the Loyal Subjects, Los Angeles-based company, I guess. They are going to have a lot of throwbacks for more of the old school girls' toys. I know I remember all of these. My wife remembers these. These are pretty cool. You've got classic Moonglow out of the Rainbow Bright series, 12-inch plush, pretty cool. They even got their booth there. So if you're at San Diego, you can go check it out at booth 2544, apparently. So you got that. 12-inch plush, pretty cool. Moonglow. You also got these little dudes, the little sprites here in these little chibi style figurines. So you got 7 in the pack. They're all about 1.5 inches. So nice little desk toppers that you can get for somebody. Pins. They also have pins as well. So you got all these Rainbow Bright pins with Rainbow Bright, Twink, Stormy, Tickled Pink. Great names. But not only Rainbow Bright, they also have strawberry shortcake pins too. So you can get these as well. So you got your orange blossoms, your lemon meringues, and what was that, blueberry muffin? I remember those too. I had friends that were girls when I was little, and I remember their toys, they smelled like blueberry muffins. It's kind of fun. That said, these things, 5.5 inches tall, they'll also have figurines as well. Little throwback there, San Diego exclusive. So, go check these things out. Definitely fun nostalgia, right? Here's another one for you. Also at booth 2544. So go check out, the loyalists, whatever. Anyway, mumbling through this, they also have some turtle stuff. The Loyal Subjects. Sorry, that's what it was. I'm getting tired. I'm just kind of filming this at the end of the day to try to get this done. But turtles, they're also giving us a few turtles here at San Diego. These exclusives, you got a Jenica. We've got a few of the turtles with the Dark Leonardo, and we also have the Elite Foot Clan here that's got like a pretty badass mask. A lot of little fun little accessories with the claws and weapons, etc. And there's also obviously going to be a Shredder. So they got that as well. So keep an eye out for these if you are out in San Diego. Also, McFarlane is bringing a few extra things to San Diego this year, starting off with this dude, Agent Liberty. Yeah, he's digging deep with some of these figures. I feel like at this point, the McFarlane DC figures, they're just making anything and everything. So here we go. Let's get a better look at this guy. Not too bad. I mean, it's not too bad of a figure, especially a figure. These are actually a little bit taller because McFarlane had to be different. So these are more like 7-inch type figures, but pretty well done. Again, if you've gotten any of these, it's just I gotta limit how many toys I can go and buy. But these are still well done sculpts. McFarlane's been doing it for a while now, adding more and more properties to his his IP stable of figures and toys that he's releasing. So just seeing more and more of these DC multiverse figures getting released is I know it can feel a little tiresome, but I can't say anything about DC without also pointing out that Marvel's doing it too. I mean, all those Marvel Legends, man, how can anybody afford to collect all of them? It's tough. It is tough. But exclusives to San Diego, we do have the Trinity here. So we have these black and white sort of versions with a little pop of color using the old superpower sculpts, which is kind of fun. I kind of like the idea that he brought back the superpower sculpts, but it's a fun idea, but I didn't feel the need to go and get them all. And I had these originals, and I remember I used to love these things, but they're just not exactly the same. There's something missing. There's something missing from the new re-releases of these. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't have the same feel. Some of the other toys that do come back with the nostalgia, like the Generation 1 Transformers, or even those the He-Man retro ones, they have a little bit, and the G.I. Joes as well. I don't know, something about the superpowers just not quite hitting it. But they do have this 3-pack with the Trinity if you are interested. You can also get an old Bruce Wayne if you want that. So for Batman Beyond, you got an old version of Bruce Wayne. So I don't know, a lot of fun playing with this old man. I don't know. It's a figure. Add to your collection if you want it. Or if you really want to have some fun, go ahead and get your Adam West Batman. You can do your Watusi here. So classic TV series version. It's also kind of fun that they make all these different ones. So what are you going to do? If you like it, go and get it. If you don't, you don't have to. You can just look at them like I do. There's nothing wrong with just looking. Can't buy everything. Or at least I can't. With that said, that's the San Diego news that I have for you this week. Now I'm just going to move on over really quickly to some pre-order stuff. So this is some non-San Diego release stuff that is being announced for pre-order. very, very soon. So sticking with McFarlane, he does have some more random figures that he wants to sell us. So let's see what other multiverse figures we're getting here in Wave 6. This comes out of Toy Arc? Yeah. So Toy Arc gave us this gave me this notice, and pretty cool Ragman. I mean, the Ragman figure's kind of awesome. You got the nice little soft goods there with the cloak and cape. I think that's pretty nice. This is up for pre-order on July 12th, so that's just later this week, end of the week. So keep an eye out for that if you want to get your Ragman figure. Let's see, what else do we have here? We also have Clock King, because who can live without their Clock King figure? Also, I believe going to be up for pre-order at the same time with the Red Hood. Classic. About time you would think that they made this, but classic figure. Pretty fun. Red Hood. Joker before he was the Joker. So, yeah. All will be up for pre-order later this week if you're interested. Also, coming soon to pre-order, we have these McFarlane figures. Well, they're figures, but they're more like statues. A figure could be a very loose term. When I think of figure, I think like action figure, posable, toy you can play with. These are figures, figurines, if you will. They're more like statues, but looks like little PVC figures for these McFarlane sculpts for Spider-Man and Captain America. Both coming straight off the pages or straight off the covers from that ASM run. Starting off with Spidey here. I mean, you can see it even with the circle. This is ASM 301, just brought to life almost. Yeah, or brought to 3D at least. This is going to be up for pre-order in a couple of weeks on the 18th of July, so keep an eye out for that one if you're interested. And then we also have that Captain America, which was also part of that ASM run that McFarlane had. And yeah, pretty cool cap. I mean, have a little drawn-in line, so it looks kind of like it's from the page. Not too bad, but if you're interested, again, July 18th, these will both be available for pre-order. So keep an eye out for them for wherever you buy your toys. What else do I got? I got a little bit left, not a ton. Again, I'm trying to make this a quicker rundown and not take too long. I don't want to spend a half an hour. Try to get this more like 15 to 20 minutes and see how that goes going forward. If I'm talking too fast or going too quickly, let me know in the comments. I can slow it down and we can keep it like a half hour or less show. But just try, play with the format a little bit and see what works best. I am kind of jealous that these are coming out and I'm not going to be able to get them because they're just too darn expensive for me. But Final Fantasy VII has a couple of extra releases coming. Cloud has already been released before, so they are reissuing Cloud, and they're reissuing him here with the bike, and then also the Zack character as well. So if you already have the Cloud, Cloud is the same figure, so you don't need to rebuy him if you already have him. You can just buy the bike. But before I get to that, $250, 6-inch figure with the bike. Awesome. I love the sword. My son even has the play version of that sword. My brother got him. He destroyed it because he plays outside with it. Like, I don't know. It's not an outside toy. Like, I think it's an awesome sword. But again, Final Fantasy VII was one of the best games that I remember growing up playing. It's right up there with Chrono Trigger as far as like RPGs go for me. So Final Fantasy VII always will have that special place in my heart. And like I said, I'd love to get this with the bike, but $250 isn't something that I can do just right now. Maybe one day. But like I said, this is for Cloud and the bike. This is shipping next July. So yes, it's coming up for pre-order, or you could pre-order it now, but it's not shipping until next year. So keep that in mind too. July 2025. But again, look at this thing. The thing is awesome. Comes with a lot of little accessories here too. You can see like little figure stands, so you can stand up Cloud as well. You got the sword, different hands, different poses you can do, and that badass bike as well. If you already have Cloud, or if you just want the bike for whatever reason, you can buy the bike separately for $160. So $160, you can get just the bike as well if you want to pre-order that. Again, really cool looking bike. Well designed. This is going to ship in June of next year. So you still got to wait basically a year to get this thing, but you could order it now if you wanted to. So also up for pre-order is Zack Fair. So yeah, I know he looks like a dark-haired Cloud, but yeah, there he is. There's Zack. You can order him as well. You can order him and put him in the bike if you want. Much like the Cloud figure, comes with the sword. He's $120. Comes with these extra little accessories for the different hands and the stand, so you can stand them up. It's kind of clear, so it's not obtrusive on the eyes if you want to put them up on a shelf somewhere. and keep him from tipping and falling over. That little stand holds him at the waist. And like I said, it's clear, so it doesn't really affect the look too much if you look at it from a distance. This will also ship next year, but this one's not going to ship until September of next year, so you have to wait even a little bit longer. But once again, much like the Cloud, awesome articulation and posability here. Just fun stuff, with the sword. I don't know how you're going to get him to stand like this all the time. I mean, the stand is pretty sturdy, but yeah, you can get him running with a sword. Pretty awesome. That said, the last bit that I think I have for you today is a little bit of leaked news that came out yesterday. So let's get into a little leaked news segment because this happens. This happens from time to time. It's not formally announced or formally, given all the bells and whistles of an announcement, but somebody gets a hold of something early and they start sharing pictures on Reddit and Instagram, etc., and Twitter, and then things get pulled down pretty quickly. But for now, I still found this on Reddit, so Lego Star Wars has announced, or they have the Onyx Cinder, the ship from Skeleton Crew. Still don't know when the show is coming, but the Skeleton Crew show kind of being spoiled a little bit by the fact that here's going to be the ship, and they've got all the characters and the character names there as well. So if you are interested in the characters, they are right down there below. I know the picture is a little bit fuzzy. It's the best quality I could find, but the names of the characters, if you're so interested, starting with the Jude Law character at the front, is Jod, Wim, for I don't know. They're just the names. They are what they are. So if you're interested, there you go. But it is kind of fun to see that we will be getting some more Lego stuff tied to some of these shows that are coming our way pretty soon. So with that all said, that's my rundown of the news for this week, or at least for now. I might do another midweek update if enough news drops over the next few days. So we'll just keep this loose. And like I said, let me know in the comments below what sort of format you like best. But with that all said, we'll just leave this until next time. And like I said, keep an eye out for the next top 10 toys dropping later this week. And again, keep telling your friends so we can keep growing this tiny little toy channel. And I'll see you all later. All right.